Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Sagittarius, says earnest elephant, and it further says gentleness, temperance and goodwill. Below on it says pillar of patience and kindness. Bless my heart with your gentle nature. So look at the picture. This elephant, this baby elephant or elephant is so cute, is so in the moment, you know, it's like posing for this picture. So very gentle energy out here, balanced, and the temperance is your card in the major arcana, Sagittarius, right? To balance things out, to stay calm and patient and create something which is bigger, larger than life, or mixing up things to create something which is better than the sum of the two, or better than those two things individually. You know, it's like mixing up ingredients and making something better than, you know, and final outcome is very much better than the taste of the individual ingredients themselves. So you could be into that. You could be creating something like that. You could be also, you know, Sagittarius, your ninth house, ruled by Jupiter. So always reading, growing, expanding, trying new horizons, new things, here, there, everywhere. You're also mutable fire. So you're very adventurous. You're very learned. You know a lot. You have a lot of wisdom. You would like to learn. You like to teach. And I feel that this is a call for you to be steady in that approach, like balanced, methodical, not rushing, not here, there, everywhere, not be impulsive in your gestures, in your actions. I feel that you might be creating something that will go a long way. But I feel that you are doing that with a lot of balance, with a lot of maturity, with a lot of kindness and compassion. You know, you could be building a business of your own. You could be creating a company that is for the good of mankind. And you're doing it with a very gentle approach. You could be creating NGOs or organizations that help people. But this elephant energy is about clearing obstacles, good luck charm, right? It's growth. It's the guru that has a deep compassion for teaching, for learning, for understanding even. Because in a lot of cultures, elephants are, you know, revered for their wisdom, for their memory. They remember, they're very sharp in memory. And the thing about elephants is that they're very intuitive. They are very wise. They can find the resources even in the most challenging of situations. You might be doing something. You might be finding solutions that are, you know, finding solutions from the smallest of things. It's like instead of, you know, wasting away $1,000, let's use this, or upcycle or recycle, or using the resources that you already have in different ways that have not done before. Something which transforms things, something that shifts things. Yeah, this energy actually is very benefiting to everyone, not just for Sagittarius. I feel this is a great energy to embody at all times for all the signs, I would say, because it helps you methodically plan things, methodically learn things, methodically present things and teach things, especially if you're in the teaching field or learning field. Some of you could be sharing your experiences with other people and guiding them. You could be people that are associated with universities, you know, educational programs, or some nonprofits where you're leading based on, you know, those high principles, your higher self and high values. This could be for some social cause. You could be working towards a social cause that has a wide social impact, or for some charity organizations, or it could be a purpose which helps people, which helps your family, even could be helps you, your community at a local level or at a global level. Something that you're doing with a lot of patience, with a lot of care, and deep commitment to that, I feel, you know, like Obi-Wan Kobe did. Patience and the resolve to keep going at it. So that's the energy that's going to work for you. Patient and kindness. So whatever you do it with a lot of patience, with compassion, with kindness, with love for it. And it's going to help you build a lot of goodwill in that area, whatever you are building. So do it gently and keep your calm and, be yourself. The next card you have, Sagittarius, is distant thunder. It says clear the air. So now if you see there is a thunder which is like in the back of the car of the image and in the front, it's calm. Yes, person is out in the patio and is looking at the thunder which is in the behind, in the backdrop. So I feel that Sagittarius, there might be something, a kind of turbulence conflict which is not really immediate to you, or you don't know about it, or you're not in the thick of it, but it is brewing somewhere. And I feel it needs to be addressed. You might know about it. You might have a hunch. You might have a feeling, because I feel that it could be that you could have said something, Sagittarius energy, fire signs are all very blunt. They're very honest. They don't like to beat around the bush and, sugarcoat too much, because you guys are truth lovers, right? So I feel that use that honest communication, or, be honest, be direct. And whatever you feel that there could be a conflict, which is happening, it's brewing up. Before it becomes like a full-blown storm, I feel that it's good if you can just, if you know about it, if you sense it, it's always better to confront it and to clear the air. So whatever misunderstanding is there, just clear it up so that, you're done with it and you feel free, not burdened by any distant tension. I also feel that people might be showing it through their actions. They might not be talking about it. They might be showing it through their actions. It might be not really brought to your attention or not spoken about. But then if you feel it, then it's always better to clear there, because it brings people together. It builds trust in you and your ability to resolve conflicts. And then you're able to, without any baggage, you're able to, do your thing and move forward. And that's what this thunder, this thunder, I wouldn't say thunderstorm, because I don't see the stormy, there's dark clouds, but there's a thunder light over here. And the sound of the thunder light is actually known as a very powerful sacred sound, because it's the energy that actually cures the atmosphere. I mean, it is known like that scientifically to clear the atmosphere of any kind of negative energy or stagnant energy. So just, in a similar way, if you feel that there is tension, just clear it up. There's no point in, creating a full-blown storm out of nothing. So you might be seeing a lot of people that are coming forward and taking responsibility for their mistakes, clearing the air so that, people are able to trust them back again. And it allows for them to begin anew. Because, everybody makes mistakes, yes. But if you own it, if you own the mistake, and if you admit it and you apologize for it and you clear the air, it helps people to trust back in you again. At least give you another chance. Not you per se, but somebody, So you could be seeing a lot of apologies from people online whom have been, spotted out or called out in some incidences, or some for their hidden agendas. Or now this could also be like whether it's community or city or mission, people are coming out and clearing the air, or it's with you and your family or your community, bringing together people so that you're able to talk things out and resolve it. You could be also like I feel that you might be also maybe speaking things or telling people things that or, something that has been unjust around you. And you feel that there were people that were victims of injustice, and you want to speak that truth and bring it to people's attention. Maybe people don't know and they were blaming someone, and, you know the truth, and you want to bring that to attention so that you can, fix those things. You can, just because you want, people to, you are bringing justice to people. You don't want people to be victims of unfairness. So it could be that you are bringing to attention some information that only you knew, and that is very pertinent, important for a certain situation, to resolve a certain situation. So yeah, having those difficult conversations with an honest heart and honest intention, and gracefully without, being violent and aggressive is something that I feel is called for right now. I know of a situation, this is like really bizarre, of clearing the air. Actually, there were like two neighbors that were on that they were not talking to each other, or they had a conflict because of the trash cans. And they kept writing notes to each other. And after, sometime like 5 or 10 days, about a week, they just, one neighbor decided like, okay, you know what, let's just clear the air. So that person left a case of beer on the neighbor's porch, and with a note saying that, let's work this out. And the neighbor responded equally, and then they were able to resolve it amicably. So sometimes it's just that first step we need in a gentle way so that, we're able to clear the air. The next card you have, Sagittarius, is number 3, astral travel, caution needed. So number 3 is coming through prominent with this energy. Astral travel, look at the person in the picture. It's not worldly. This does sound earthly plane. It's the otherworldly plane. It's not the physical world. It's this expands beyond it. So for you, Sagittarius, since your 9th house, the explorer, and you have that big picture thinking. So you might be planning something, learning something to do with the mind, spirituality. But I feel that whatever you're doing, you might be tapping into the higher levels of spirituality. But, you need to also keep your sense of, since you belong to the earth, right? So you need to stay grounded as well. So you might be thinking about bigger ideas of how to tap into this, that, and the third, or some learning about some philosophy, or maybe even different modalities of spirituality or religion or something. But expanding your consciousness could be something that you're doing. The only caveat with this is that don't get lost in La La Land, because it happens a lot of times when you're lost in La La Land, we forget what we are doing. We lose our path, our vision on earth. So whatever your ideas are, make sure they are grounded, they're planned meticulously, you have a plan of action, and the reality of your situation. You have to have a grounded approach. You can't think of creating or buying a city or buying an island and creating a city if you don't have the funds for it, if you don't know the people for it. So it's good to be thinking and in the ethers and having that adventure spirit, but at the same time, practicality is something that we cannot deviate from, especially when it comes to manifesting on this real world. Right? That when they say the silver card has to be there, it's the silver card, which means that, our mind can just travel, and you were here or there. You can be anywhere. You can be on Mars in your head. But then you cannot lose you cannot lose touch with your life over here. You cannot lose with your touch with the purpose that you are being born on this planet Earth. So you could be into spirituality. You could be creating, there's a lot of resources these days, like related to quantum mechanics and astral travel and Gaia, and those people that are doing the research and the singing bowls and energies and frequencies and all of that. So there's a lot going on. Just study the ethers, to study the impact of so many spiritual practices actually on our human body. So you could be into that, because that's the kind of astral vision or astral travel that's needed. You need to be able to visualize before you ground that idea. So you could be into thinking or, sharing your ideas with people so that you could ground it into reality. For those of you who are related to education, because it's 9,000, a lot of book reading, teaching, planning, curriculum is coming with this. You could be having ideas on what to introduce in school, some courses that you want to trap yourself, or for your family or for your community. You want to teach something, maybe spiritual practices, or you want to go on a spiritual retreat yourself. So spiritual retreats, smaller number of days is better. But if you're going for a month, it's hard for people, especially if you have younger ones to handle, at home it's hard, right, for them as well. So kind of balance that out. Maybe a day is fine, or you can do it at home as well. Stay grounded in your approach. I also feel that you could be exploring spiritual modalities right now, and planning something, and trying to ground something. because, this is like a very meditative Zen kind of energy, and it's very important for us to not lose track of reality. Because I know a lot of people when they get into this energy, and you could practice this anywhere. You could be in a park practicing this, and they even forget what's going on around them. So be mindful of your environment. Don't get lost in the ethers, and be very conscious with your approach, because sometimes, especially those people that are just, they live in La La Land, they want to create so much, but it's practically not possible. One person doing all of this, it's too much. It gets too much, especially in the current times. In the past, it's a different story, how people did it, how people created those beautiful architectural things. Is still a marvel to me how they did it without those machines that are available to us today. That's also something that is commendable. Could be astral travel. Somebody thought of creating those architectural pieces, by picking up heavy stones from here and there and carving it out with stones with a least amount of tools that were available in those centuries in the past. That's an example of astral travel. But in today's times, due to lack of time and due to so much, the shift in dynamics of society, it gets harder to create things. So be sure that your vision or your grand vision, whatever you have, is very grounded and cautious approach. And the last card for today, you have Sagittarius is Eight of Swords. This is air energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. This could be relevant to you in your birth chart. Doesn't have to be. These energies are about self-imposed restrictions, right? It's if you see, this is a Japanese theme card, and this person is feeling like she's trapped, but she's not. The door is open, there's water, she can swim, she can do whatever, but she's just standing out there feeling like trapped. So exactly that's what this is. You feel it's trapped. It's an illusion that you're trapped. It's an illusion that you can't do something. It's an illusion that this is not available to you. It's an illusion that nothing else can be done to break free from this. We might with so many rules today. People say, don't do this, that, and the third. And it's crazy, like how many rules they impose. So you might be challenging that. You might be challenging some rules somewhere in creating, new ways of being. Or like, for example, you want to create a business, right? And you're like, okay, there's so many rules that have been slapped to it, so many limitations. But you're like, no, I'm going to just create something, a business model that is not conventional, and something that people are going to like something like a self-driving autonomous cars these days, right? People are like, how are we going to accept cars without drivers in them? But, if you see the other side of the spectrum, there might be some benefit to it, like, cars following the rules and things like that. But it's the car following the rule through all those sensors and all the devices that they put inside it. It's not about training the humans and following the rules, right? There's a difference there. We can't, we don't know really are the humans going to follow the rules and, what kind of errors they can do. But when you have the sensors and everything in place, all systems, then maybe it could, be a different world and function in a different way. So that kind of, that's the kind of energy invited this Eight of Swords. It's like things that you feel that you're not able to accomplish because of this, that, and the third, making, but now if you look at it closely, there's alternate ways available to you. Doesn't have to be a conventional thing. Maybe society hasn't seen it, known it before, but doesn't mean that they won't accept it if you bring it to their attention. So I do feel in some way that you are creating something, a different philosophy or something different intellectually that is changing the way things are being done. You're kind of going at a different route. And, you're maybe changing the shape of an industry or changing some limiting beliefs of people of how things have to be done in a specific way in a certain domain. No, it doesn't have to be done all that way. It could be done differently. So I do feel that you might be challenging society or the norms, or could be writing something about it, blogging about it, or creating a video about it, or something goes viral, where people start to see, their own truth, what they want. Maybe you're a motivational speaker who's telling people to overcome their fears and the limitations that they put on themselves. It's that kind of a moment when we are talking to, our friends and family on the phone, and then we ask them, then we tell them that, I'm unable to find my phone. So it's like the phone is, you're talking to them on the phone, and then, we kind of say, I can't find my phone. It's that kind of moment when we have it, almost have it. It's around us, but then it's in our mind that we don't have it. So it's that kind of a moment where we can easily break through it, shift things up, get creative with how to overcome it, or how to find another route or find an alternate way of doing things. Use your learning, your knowledge, your power, your intellect, and all the wisdom accrued, and try to find a way to overcome those challenges and those fears. It's that moment for you. And these are general energies, so they could be playing in your life, in your family, in the world in general. So let me know down in the comments below what you think, how these energies are playing out. It helps me connect better with the tribe here at Amaranth. And Sagittarius, hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.